How's it going, everyone? This is Daniel. In this video, we are going to be talking about a penny stock to watch right now. We are going to go over and look at some of the important news about this company, some of the moves that this company has been making in the past, and what to expect moving forward. We're going to talk about the technicals, the fundamentals, what to expect moving forward. We're also going to go over the earnings calendar. We have some big companies announcing earnings today. We're going to be talking about that and also go over why the stock market is pulling back right now. And we also have tomorrow important date for the global stock market. We're going to be talking about that in detail in this video, so make sure you stay tuned. Now let's get right into it. So the company that we're going to be talking about is going to be Banzai International Incorporated. As you can see over here, today it's up 2.38% to the upside, sitting at $3.01. So let's go over and look at what this company is all about. So as you can see from the website, this company is stating that transform cold leads into engaged buyers. So let's go over and talk about what this company does. So this company is a marketing tech company that's been making some major moves in 2024 and 2025. And they're able to add 1,255 new customers in 2024, including names like Cisco, Sprinkler, Global Life, and Loan Depot. So that was good list of customers that they added. And also for Q1 2025 revenue, which came in at $3.4 million, that's been up 213% growth year over year. Gross margins also jumped to 82%, showing strong profitability potential. And they also have an annual recurring revenue which hit $14.9 million, a 268% growth rate compared to the previous quarter. So that is some of the biggest moves that this company has been making. And now let's talk about the acquisitions and expansions that this company has been doing. So let's talk about the acquisitions. So the first one is going to be Videolo, a video creation and hosting suite. We also have OpenReel, which is an enterprise-grade video content platform. And they also have Act On Software, a major marketing automation provider, projected to add $27 million in annual revenue. So those are some of the acquisitions and expansion that this company is doing. And together, these deals are expected to push the revenue for around $44 million. So that is some pretty good deal that this company is making to potentially generate this amount of revenue. Now let's talk about some of the important financial moves that this company is making. So Banzai also paid off $20.3 million in debt ahead of schedule, improving its balance sheet. This is really important for companies that are trying to grow, trying to expand. You want to definitely cut the debt. And they also secured $11 million in new financing for growth. And they also cut costs and restructured operations, targeting a $13.5 million net income boost. So that is really important moving forward when they're trying to make this company as clean as possible when it comes to restructuring their debt and their financials. So that is pretty important. Another important thing to notice for this company is also the reverse split. So they just announced a 1-for-10 reverse split effective July 8, 2025 to maintain NASDAQ compliance. Shares will continue to trade under the ticker BNZI. This is important to note. And the other important thing is going to be their product and AI edge. So later on, we're going to be hearing from the CEO talking about a little bit about AI, what this company does based off of the recent interview that he did a few months ago. But Banzai isn't just growing through acquisitions. Its AI-driven platforms are also gaining recognition. So the first AI platform they have is going to be Demio. It's a webinar solution awarded by Gartner Digital Marketers. The second one is going to be Curate, which is a new GPT-4 powered newsletter creator. And main goal is basically to deepening the integration with Salesforce and HubSpot. So that is going to be the main thing that this company is operating. So let's go over and look at the fundamentals. As you can see, the fundamentals, the share outstanding is 3 million. The share of the float is 2.56 million. So it's very low float. When you look at the insider ownership is 14.56%. Institutional ownership is 2.79%. So let's talk about some of the important headlines and some important things to watch out for when it comes to the technicals for this company. As you can see right here, it is definitely sitting at a very, very consolidated area. There are some times that this stock can definitely spike up to the upside if we get some important headlines. As you can see, when you look at some of the important headlines this company had in the past, you can see some of the reactions. Some days it might go up 47%, might drop 10%, go up 19%, 16%. So depending upon what kind of headlines comes out, this stock definitely makes a minimum of at least 10 to 5% moves, depending upon some of the headlines and how investors react. So when you look at this date, it made 960% move to the upside on June 17th, so that was pretty massive. And if we get any kind of press release that's positively affected, it can definitely move significantly to the upside when you actually see the float. There's not a lot of shares available, so if there's a lot of interest coming for this company, this stock can definitely spike up. So definitely keep an eye on it. Let's hear from the CEO going over a little bit over what this company does and some of the AI things that this company's planned in the future. And then I'm going to come back and then we're going to go over and look at some of the important companies announcing earnings and what to expect for the overall stock market.
So Banzai is a software company. At our core, we build SaaS products that are focused on using AI to help marketers be more efficient, achieve their objectives, basically get more done with less.
Yeah. How does your platform work?
So we have a handful of products. Is an AI-enabled webinar platform. Forbes named us the top webinar platform for marketers, and basically does everything you would imagine that a webinar platform would do. We do it all in the browser, so there's no downloads required. Everything's fully customizable. But the other huge advantage that we get is we embed AI directly into the product, so our customers can basically attach an AI that can join their on-demand sessions, so their audience can ask questions, get answers 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and in any language, and kind of all around the world. So it gives marketers a huge advantage to be a new HubSpot feature, things like that. And we have other products that are we've just rolled out our Reach 2.0 product. That's an AI demand generation platform that helps marketers drive engagement with leads that they don't already have in their marketing automation system. So driving net new leads. And then we have a couple of products that are in the pipeline that we're working on right now that are, in the vein of the same strategy.
So today, as you can see over here, the stock market pulled back significantly. As you can see, we have big companies pulling the stock market down, Apple down, Amazon, Tesla. But when you look at earnings, as you can see, we have companies like Walmart that announced their earnings. They're down 4.49%. Costco down 2.5%. So this is basically related to tariffs. Have some tariffs being implemented. These companies can definitely take a hit when it comes to their profit margins, because they import a lot of goods from outside the country, and those tariffs can definitely have an impact on their profitability and revenue. So unfortunately, they sold off. And we also have some tech companies, healthcare companies, also financial stocks pulling back to the downside. But another company that's going to be announcing earnings tomorrow is going to be BJ's. It's going to be announcing earnings. And we also, completed some of the bigger retailers announcing earnings last week. And they said, the majority of them said, okay, these tariffs are going to have an impact on their underlying financials. So that is not good. You don't want to hear that. The stock market definitely sold up to the downside, unfortunately. But tomorrow, when it comes to economic calendar, we have Fed Chair Jerome Powell speaking at Jackson Hole. It's really important because right now we're in a very interesting state where we don't know exactly what kind of moves to expect in September when it comes to interest rates. It is being stated that, hey, maybe rate cuts are not coming up. The Fed might just hold off another interest rate cut. So that's going to be really interesting because there's a lot of excitement that happened because of the, some of the misleading data that came out that was inaccurate. The stock market was optimistic and went up, and unfortunately the jobless claims data was wrong, and now they're stating that they actually need to stabilize the cuts and not cut as aggressive. So that is really bad for the stock market in the short term. We're expecting rate cuts to come in September, but that dropped significantly. So it's interesting to see what to expect, what to hear from what Jerome Powell to say if he mentions anything about that tomorrow. So that's gonna be for this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on notification bell, make sure you hit the like button. But I catch you guys on another video. Have a wonderful day.